Alright, let's talk about the new Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper. As with most Statham movies recently, you're not really going to be watching this expecting the next Shawshank Redemption. You know it's going to be cheesy as hell, and you want to see a man out for revenge taking on the bad guys, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Jason plays Adam Clay, who's a quiet-mannered beekeeper renting a barn from an old woman named Eloise, played by Felicia Rashad, who clearly is living alone now after Dr. Huxtable ended up with those assault charges. One night after inviting him over for dinner as a thank you for helping her take care of her farm, he arrives to find her dead by suicide after she was taken for all she had by some internet scammers. Now here's where I get totally invested in this movie because I absolutely hate internet phone scammers. So I'm all like, go get him, Clay. Now surprise, surprise! It turns out Adam is retired from a secret organization set up to right the wrongs in the world by evil people. He manages to find the crime syndicate that ran this operation and completely burns it down to the ground. But then only to find out there's an entire ring of these scammers controlled by a single person who happens to have some pretty powerful connections. Up until this point, the writing is bad, the acting is bad, and some of the CGI is bad, but I don't care. I'm all in on making sure that these scammers get what they deserve, which is sweet, sweet honey dripping with revenge. That's the one and only thing I really loved about this movie, just watching Adam put these scammers in the ground, and sometimes the river. In the end though, it's all you expect a Statham movie to be, and I'm sure you can predict the entire movie from beginning to end even without watching it.
Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo!
But let's be honest, we all know you're going to end up watching it some night when you're sitting there on the couch late at night watching Netflix, and there's no other movies to watch about trained assassin beekeepers making honey. Now, speaking of honey, I should probably give this movie our obscure rating like we always do, and if there's one thing that honey goes on, is a charcuterie board. And if this movie was one of those tasty, overpriced, high-end Lunchables, it would be totally nuts, covered in cheese, with some big beef between two crackers and a small jar of honey in the corner that's not really worth your money. So do yourself a favor and wait till it comes out on Netflix. If you found this review to be helpful in whether or not to watch The Beekeeper, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe.